Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood. Now at 5 p.m.
I'm Lisa Bell, live in Oviedo, where all week News 6 is hitting the road to bring you stories from this community. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to be talking about the evolution of Oviedo and what life was like for the people who started this community. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
And now at 5, it's new charges for the principal and teacher accused of hosting a house with more than 100 underage students. The evidence being considered by the investigators seeking accountability for the party. First, though, Central Florida goes to the polls. Big money, big endorsements. That means high stakes for the special election in Congressional District 6.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Emily McLeod.
Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Matt Austin. You're watching News 6 at 5. There's a lot riding tonight on 2 special elections for seats in Florida's congressional delegation. One of them in the 6th district, and that is right in our backyard.
Republican State Senator Randy Fine and Democratic candidate Josh Wheel are vying for the open seat vacated by Mike Waltz, who left to join President Donald Trump's administration as National Security Advisor.
Polls close in 2 hours, and News 6's Mike Valenti joins us now from one of those polling locations. It's in Ormond Beach. So, Mike, this is a race Republicans are banking on.
Yeah, Matt, Emily, with a razor-thin majority in the U.S. House of Representatives, Republicans want to keep this seat that is usually considered a shoo-in, but this time around it doesn't appear to be coming in as easily. Meanwhile, back here at Ormond Beach polling location, you can see a tent for the Democratic Party of Ormond Beach. There's also a tent on the other side of the Republican Party of Ormond Beach, an appropriate distance away. Again, Florida statute stipulates that you have to be 150 feet away, and that is why we're further back from the door as well, because we don't want to give anyone the idea that we are influencing anyone's vote. So again, polls will stay open until 7 p.m. So if you haven't had the chance to come out, you still have about 2 hours to do so. And we're going to keep you updated as soon as the polls close on the latest results. We're live in Ormond Beach now. Mike Valenti, getting results, News 6.
Thank you, Mike. The polls close in this race at 7. We'll bring you the results on air. Clickorlando.com and the News 6 app as soon as they come in. News 6's Mike Valenti will have coverage from the polling locations coming up tonight as well.
All right, we want to get you over to this traffic situation. All lanes remain blocked off of on I-4 eastbound in Deltona. Florida Highway Patrol says an RV fire is the reason for this backup. You can see the smoke coming from the vehicle. The RV was towing a pickup truck. We have asked Florida Highway Patrol if the driver is okay and how the fire started. News 6 is your source for any changes.
That is a traffic nightmare right now. We'll keep tabs on that. We also are keeping tabs on the weather. Meteorologist Julie Broughton joins us now for a look at the heat today. Some are touching 90, huh?
Yes, the first 90 since of the year. So we are seeing a warm trend that will stick around as we roll through the next several days. Also tracking some of those isolated showers and thunderstorms for you. The radar scanning out showing most of us are dry right now, but we've seen some of those showers popping across our northern counties, and we are seeing some lightning embedded within these as well. If you're up in Flagler County, right along I-95, you're seeing some heavy rain, some lightning in there, approaching Ormond by the Sea, taking you back toward Cody's Corner. Also seeing some of that toward Crescent City as well. In Volusia County, you do have several brush fires burning right now, so we have seen some of that, some of those smoke plumes on our radar, but this for sure is rain. We've got that lightning in there. That is slowly moving off toward the east. The showers and storms today are not moving quite as quickly as they were yesterday, but they are, again, generally traveling toward the east. Starting to see a little bit more tracking over toward I-95, heading toward Daytona Beach as well as Port Orange. Downtown Orlando on our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera showing we are still dry, 88 degrees out there right now, but we did hit 90 in Orlando today, and right now in Kissimmee you are sitting at 90. Now we're going to keep it warm, but we do have a cool down on the way. We'll time that out for you coming up.
All right, thank you, Julie. New at 5, Ocala police are hoping there aren't any more victims after arresting a doctor accused of inappropriately touching a patient. Ocala police say Jose Jacob faces a battery charge for that incident. He's also accused of asking a patient of the Cardiovascular Institute of Central Florida inappropriate personal questions before touching them. Ocala police discovered Jacob faced similar allegations at that location and another in North Carolina. Officers are asking anyone who has experienced similar behavior from Jacob to contact the Ocala Police Department. environment.
News 6 still watching a brush fire in Volusia County. It's burned at least 1,000 acres now, known as the East Marsh wildfire over by Lake Woodruff. It was reported last night by the Volusia County Professional Firefighter Association. They say lightning and very dry conditions have given the perfect opportunity for fires. We also sent Sky 6 to get a closer look. As of this afternoon, it is 0% contained. Crews in the area warn ash might be an issue in the area.
Governor Ron DeSantis hopes a $5,000 bonus helps attract more law enforcement officers to Florida. It's part of initiatives to hire and support more officers in the Sunshine State that the governor announced this afternoon. DeSantis made a point to highlight the state's support for existing officers, which included $1,000 bonuses for 3 years in a row. In February, the governor called on lawmakers to increase pay for state law enforcement and firefighters. As part of the budget for the 2025-26 fiscal year, DeSantis says over $100 million could be set aside for the pay increases.
A former elementary school teacher and principal will be prosecuted after police say about 100 teens, including her sons, were partying at the principal's house. In January, in addition to the alcohol and marijuana, Cocoa Beach police said a kid was playing with a gun at Elizabeth Hill Brodigan's house. Teen even got a DUI. News 6's James Barbero continues his coverage with the new list of charges for these former educators right now. Thank you, James. News 6 back in Oviedo tonight. A live look at the Oviedo Sports Complex where Lisa Bell is enjoying some baseball tonight. She is leading our coverage this evening.
But News 6 anchor Ginger Gadsden is helping her out. Her curiosity with Oviedo's origins brought her face to face with an historian to talk about the city's citrus past. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Launch Credit Union. Go beyond.
I've been in Central Florida my whole life. Born and raised in Seminole County. Went to high school in Altamont Springs and started covering stories up and down the Space Coast. So this is my hometown. I know Central Florida like the back of my hand, and I spend every day out in the community telling your stories and getting results for you. So why not start your day differently? I'm Justin Mormouth. Watch News 6 Mornings.
Weekday mornings from 5 to 7 a.m. on News 6.
News 6 is back in Oviedo for Hits the Road, a live look from the Oviedo Sports Complex where we continue to celebrate what makes this part of Central Florida stand out.
At 4, we featured the Insider Guide to the city and a tradition great with youth baseball out there. This hour, we're looking at the history of how Oviedo has evolved.
News 6 anchor Lisa Bell is hitting the road. She is live in Oviedo tonight. Lisa, people are out there practicing at the sports complex. You're enjoying some baseball. It looks like a beautiful night to be in Oviedo.
And we just got a little bit of a breeze.
Oh, sweet relief.
So nice out here. It is sweet relief. Those kids, though, the heat does not seem to be bothering them at all. They're having a great time. We've got a game that's scheduled to get started here behind us at about 6:30 tonight. So, as you know, when you think of Central Florida and when we're talking about agriculture industry, oranges probably come to mind. But what about celery? Did you know that Oviedo was once considered the celery capital of the world? News 6 anchor Ginger Gadsden explains why. Just fascinating to see how this community got started. By the way, that original locomotive that Ginger showed us, that is right behind Alan Green's batting cage in the heart of Oviedo. Now, Lucas Nursery and Duda Farms were some of the biggest celery producers. Both companies still operating here today. Duda, now known as Duda Farm Fresh Foods, grows fruits and vegetables, including celery. Lucas Nursery has transitioned to landscaping and plants. Crystal Moyer showed us a little taste of that earlier this afternoon. It also has one of the largest native butterfly conservatories in the state of Florida, which is such a great place for kids to check out and get really up close and personal with some nature here in Oviedo. So it's turned out to be a gorgeous afternoon. We are enjoying it, learning so much out here in Oviedo, celebrating its 100th birthday this year, guys.
Yeah, Lisa, it's funny how people used to go gaga over celery. Back in the day, it was a very highfalutin veggie, and now it's just kind of a vehicle for other things, right?
Blue cheese.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, dip, peanut butter, whatever you
peanut
want.
butter,
Ants on a log.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Lisa Bell, thank you so much. All right, I'll be back out in Oviedo tomorrow as WKMG hits the road all week long. Stay tuned as I investigate the concerns about the city's growth. That's what I'm looking into really heavily right now. Plus, we take you to the lake known for having the highest concentration of alligators, some of the highest concentrations in the state. Join us live on News 6 and the News 6 Plus streaming app for your TV. You can find all of our Hits the Road stories always at clickorlando.com.
Yeah, those gators, they like to be out in the sun.
Yeah, I think you know which lake we're talking. It's got to be Jessup, right?
Jessup.
Yeah, I have flown over in Sky 6 over Jessup. There are Loch Ness monsters in there. They are huge.
They're prehistoric.
Meteorologist Julie Broughton joining us now. It's starting to feel like weather where you might be hanging out by a lake.
Yeah, most of us are dry out there right now, but we're keeping it warm. As we mentioned, we hit 90 for the first time in Orlando this year. This is what it looks like right now from our Daytona Beach sky cam, though. You can see some mist out there, some rain, and we do have a lot of brush fires in Volusia County right now, so that's created some haze for some of you as well. Now, right now, we're sitting at 77 degrees in Daytona Beach. Your winds are coming in out of the east at 10 miles per hour, and that sea breeze is producing some showers and thunderstorms. Although on the radar, you can see most of us have been dry for most of the day, really letting things heat up out there, but most of the rain has been concentrated across our northern counties. So that means areas like Volusia County as well as Flagler County. That is where we are seeing some of those storms. We'll go in a little bit closer for you. We're seeing quite a bit of lightning out there as well. So areas like Palm Coast, you're dry right now, but as we head farther to the south down toward Crescent City, Flagler Beach, really some heavy rain, and the radar is indicating we could even be seeing a little bit of hail and some of these clusters of storms stretching back there toward Cody's Corner, down toward Relay as we go farther to the south into Volusia County, where you're seeing those areas of yellow and orange. That shows us where we're seeing some heavier rain as well. Now, as we mentioned, we do have several brush fires burning in Volusia County, so some of those returns have been from smoke plumes, but certainly where we're seeing the lightning and the heavier returns, that is where you are getting in on some of that rain. Most of us right now hanging out near 90 degrees. It is 90 in Kissimmee, 88 right now in Orlando, 89 in Sanford, and you are checking in at 72 degrees right now in Titusville. But we hit our first 90 in Orlando of 2025. Typically, we go into the 90s around April 8th, so we're just a little bit ahead of schedule. Winds today have been coming in out of the west, and for most of us, now we are seeing a sea breeze, so if you're in our coastal counties, you do have that onshore component to your winds. And we will keep some isolated showers around as we move through the next couple of hours. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast featuring Willie Nelson. Isn't he beautiful and fluffy? 83 degrees at 7 o'clock. We'll be in the low 80s still at 8 o'clock, dropping to 79 degrees. By 9 o'clock, still a few isolated showers in the picture. Clickorlando.com/pins to share your pet photos with us. Now, coverage today is a little less than we saw yesterday. And yesterday, those storms really got intense for us. I think the intensity will remain less than we saw yesterday. However, we still can't rule out a few more isolated strong storms with some gusty winds, heavy rain, and we're already seeing quite a bit of lightning in some spots. 6 o'clock, still seeing some of those showers. By 7 o'clock, we could see some showers beginning to fire in Polk County, tracking off toward the east. I think most everything will clear out between 8 and 9 o'clock, and then through the overnight hours, we'll again be dealing with some areas of fog. Here's how this looks for you as we take you through the next 7 days. Notice we are keeping it on the warm side. We start tomorrow at 70 degrees. We go to a high tomorrow of 88 degrees. I think overall our winds tomorrow will be a little bit more from the east, which could keep us a few degrees cooler than we are right now. We keep it, though, around 90 on Saturday, 91 on Sunday. Then a front comes through on Monday, cooling us into the 70s for highs Tuesday.
All right. Thank you, Julie. Well, Publix may be the top choice for Florida shoppers, but as far as places to work, there's a little bit of competition.
Yeah, two large employers in the Sunshine State making a name for themselves as preferences over the grocery giant.
News 6 continues to celebrate everything that makes Oviedo stand out in Central Florida. Lisa is having a blast out there for Hits the Road. We'll check back in with her at News 6 at 5:30. Stay with us.
No matter what's happening where you live, trust Sky 6 to get you the bigger picture. Exclusively sponsored by attorney Dan Newland. Central Florida weather changes constantly. Grab the Pinpoint Weather app from the App Store. The app is like having a News 6 meteorologist in your pocket. Boom, there's the radar. Boom, there's the forecast. Download the free News 6 Pinpoint Weather app now. Sponsored by Renewal by Andersen.
Want News 6 straight to your inbox? Sign up for your favorite newsletter at clickorlando.com/newsletter. Sign up for In the Loop Theme Park Scoops, Setting the Stage, and Florida Foodie, just to name a few. Sponsored by the Florida Lottery.
Well, Forbes has made it clear Publix is not the best ranked employer. Their study of large employers reveals the grocery giant takes a backseat now to other Florida businesses.
So Forbes uses responses from thousands of employees for their rankings, asking about pay, advancement opportunities, and supportive coworkers. Now, in the state of Florida, Publix comes in at number 3, so
that's good.
That's decent, but they trail the University of Miami Health System and Raymond James Financial, which took the top spot and is top 10 nationwide.
Now, University of South Florida and Tampa General Hospital round out the top 5. The overall employer nationwide, the University of Notre Dame.
Interesting.
Right? Publix remains the top grocer in the United States, tied with Trader Joe's. And if you're a Floridian, you're just partial to Publix.
You are. You absolutely are. I mean, Publix is the best grocery store, but I do love some TJ's.
TJ's, yes, they're good, but they don't have pub subs around there.
Publix parking lots are much
cut
better.
up those. Yes, the parking lots are significantly
are much better to
Publix,
deal with too at Publix.
Hey, more news coming up on News 6 at 5 here. Stay with us.
We are getting results on News 6. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
Get the latest news, weather, entertainment, sports, and more from the News 6 Plus streaming app. Download today. Breaking news, traffic. When you need to know what's going on in your neighborhood, trust Sky 6 to get the bigger picture. Exclusively sponsored by attorney Dan Newland.
I'm Lisa Bell, live in Oviedo, where WKMG is hitting the road, and all week we are bringing you stories submitted by our viewers of things that we should be showcasing. So coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to be taking a look at a house that gives us a window into Oviedo's past. I'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks, Lisa. We want to get you on over to this breaking traffic situation. All lanes are still blocked on I-4 eastbound in Deltona. I mean, the traffic is piled up since we've been talking about this story. Florida Highway Patrol says an RV fire is the reason for this backup that's kept traffic still since about 4 this afternoon. People have been leaving their cars from the wait. We have asked Florida Highway Patrol if the driver is okay and how the fire started. News 6 is your source for any changes.
Well, glad you're with us this evening. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Emily McLeod. You're watching News 6 at 5:30. If you're just joining us, here are some of the top stories you missed at the top of the hour. It's new charges against 2 Brevard County educators related to a teenage house party in Cocoa Beach. Police said the January party was attended by more than 100 underage students, many of whom had been drinking and had access to alcohol available in coolers. It is owned by Elizabeth Hill Brodigan, the former principal at Roosevelt Elementary School. Hill Brodigan and a teacher, Carly Anderson, remain free on bond, and their cases are being prosecuted separately. Their next court hearings have not been scheduled.
News 6 continues to watch a brush fire in Volusia County. It has burned at least 1,000 acres, known as the East Marsh Wildfire over by Lake Woodruff. It was reported last night by the Volusia County Professional Firefighter Association. They say lightning and really dry conditions have just given the perfect opportunity for these fires. We also sent Sky 6 to get a closer look. As of this afternoon, it is 0% contained. Crews in the area warn ash could be an issue in the area.
Something to watch closely. Governor Ron DeSantis hopes a $5,000 bonus helps attract more law enforcement officers to Florida. It's part of initiatives to hire and support more officers in the Sunshine State that the governor announced this afternoon. DeSantis made a point to highlight the state's support for existing officers, which included $1,000 bonuses for 3 years in a row.
A new weapons detection is going into Volusia County schools. It's called eVolve, and the school district started a pilot program of it just today.
So it's the first district in the state to use the system that uses AI technology to screen for weapons. So News 6's Molly Reed was at Atlantic High School in Port Orange for the first day of the program. Molly, thank you. New at 5, a new CEO is about to take over at the Orlando International Airport. Lance Little, the former director of aviation at Seattle-Tacoma International, is expected to start just days from now. He's replacing retiring CEO Kevin Thibault, who's been front and center for the biggest and most expensive expansion the airport has ever seen, the over $2 billion Terminal C. Orlando, of course, is the #1 tourist destination in the U.S., and because of that, the airport is the 7th busiest in the country. So what does our future look like with a new guy in charge? Can the airport keep up with Central Florida's growth? This afternoon, News 6 anchor Eric Von Anken got one last chance to ask the old guy before he calls it quits. Here is their conversation. Ever seen airport security that empty?
I know.
At MCO, but it is a
nice,
Tuesday
yes.
at, middle of the day.
You don't usually fly on Tuesdays,
No,
probably.
I usually don't.
No.
All right, well, it's just the Osceola clerk's office is what some of us might assume, but many people don't realize just how much that office plays a role in their adult life.
Yeah, from legal records to financial oversight, the office serves as the backbone of many important services, which is why the Osceola clerk of the circuit court and county comptroller highlighted the special programs like Operation Greenlight with Trooper Steve on patrol.
So during Operation Greenlight, anyone whose license is suspended, they could come into the courthouse. We'll go ahead and look at their driving record and analyze their driving record completely. Find where there's places that we could waive fees, waive collection costs. Then sum up everything, all of the financial fines and court costs that they need to pay. We'll put it together. We'll make a payment plan. They don't even need to bring the balance to zero. And then we'll give them the necessary document and clearances to go to the tax collector's office and get their driver's license.
Okay, so basically, they're not even fully paying this off. They're basically agreeing to take care of it through you guys, through an amazing opportunity that you guys are working out on an individual basis. And then you're giving them the clearance paper, I think the
D6.
D6, yeah, I was like D something. The D6 to go and get their license.
That's
and
right.
This is not even a worker's permit. This is to get their full license back.
Full.
Hit the road with Trooper Steve on patrol weekday mornings at 10, live on News 6 Plus streaming app for your smart TV, or click Orlando.com. Pretty important, those clerk of courts.
Absolutely. They do a little bit of everything. I was just saying I had to go visit the clerk of court to get a marriage license.
Because you're getting married.
I'm getting married.
That's right. Julie Broughton.
That's so exciting. We love that. Now, we are tracking some strong storms. We do have a special weather statement in place now for those of you up in Flagler County. Until 6:15, we'll pinpoint the showers and tell you when we think we'll see a sea breeze collision coming up in just a few minutes.
All right. Thank you, Julie. Beautiful Oviedo is being featured here all week for Hits the Road here on News 6. We already highlighted a bit of the city's history, but still to come, a house built in 1890 is giving News 6 a window into Oviedo's past. An old coffee grinder and farm equipment are just some of the artifacts left over from this community's origins.
You're watching News 6 at 5, getting results. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Good Greek Moving and Storage.
Have electrical problems? Mr. Sparky has you covered. Visit MrSparkyFlorida.com.
All right, we want to update you on this traffic nightmare on I-4 eastbound in Deltona. It continues. All lanes are still blocked from what Florida Highway Patrol says was caused by an RV fire. This has kept traffic still since about 4 this afternoon. People have been leaving their cars from the wait. We have asked Florida Highway Patrol if the driver is okay and how the fire started. News 6 is your source on this for any changes.
All right, let's take another live look at Oviedo. It's just the latest community we're celebrating here on News 6 for our Hits the Road series. It's a special focus on this Central Florida city that has a lot to offer.
Yeah, Matt's taking a break from the fun today.
Right.
So News 6 anchor Lisa Bell has the opportunity to showcase a piece of Oviedo's history. She joins us now from the Oviedo Sports Complex. Lisa, a lot of really great things to share about Oviedo.
Yeah, we discovered the city of Oviedo is actually a treasure trove of history. In fact, one viewer wrote in telling us that very thing, saying despite all the growth, the city retains many historic homes, 4 of them built between 1880 and 1886 on Lake Charm Circle. Now, some of the homes are still lived in today, but another right down the road is open to the public. News 6 anchor Ginger Gadsden was able to go inside to give us a tour of the Lawton House. And you can check out the Lawton House for yourself. It is open on the 1st and 3rd Saturday of every month, and it's right there at the Oviedo Farmers Market, which we've also highlighted here on News 6. So if you're looking for something to do on a Saturday, there you go. Get a little history lesson in the process. Matt and Emily.
Yeah, and people forget Oviedo turning 100 years old, and really that's just from when it was incorporated. So much history there, Lisa.
Absolutely, yeah. And of course, there are the historic buildings, the agriculture community, but there's so much to do outside here in Oviedo, which we're also highlighting. You can see the baseball fields are getting busier and busier by the minute. And Matt, I know you have been able to get on Lake Jessup and check out some of the other activities that you can do out here in Oviedo as well.
Yeah, that's not a place you want to go water skiing. I'll tell you that. Don't go tubing in Lake Jessup.
Met some new friends the other
Lisa
day.
Bell, yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to be back out in Oviedo tomorrow. We're going to switch as WKMG hits the road all week long. Stay tuned as I investigate the concerns about the city's growth and a plan for what's happening out there. Plus, we take you to the lake known for having one of the highest concentrations of gators in the state. So join us live on News 6, News 6 Plus, your streaming app for your smart TV. You can find all of our Hits the Road stories at clickorlando.com.
How many gators do you think you saw out there?
There's a lot of gators.
Too many to count?
Yes, too many to count. FWC does count them, though.
Oh.
There's a bunch.
I believe it.
Julie Broughton, our meteorologist, there's some storms out there we're counting as well.
Yes, we are watching some storms, and these are beginning to intensify. So we'll show you what's going on. The radar is scanning out, showing most of us have been dry for most of the day. But as we take you up into our northern counties, especially up into Flagler County, you are under a special weather statement. That's in place until 6:15, and that's because we have some heavy rain, some strong winds gusting around 40 to 50 miles per hour, and some pea-sized hail. It's going a little bit closer, and you can see a whole lot of lightning going on up there. So we're talking about more than 200 lightning strikes within this cluster of thunderstorms. We'll go in a little bit closer for you so you can see the reflectivity and show you just how much rain we're talking about. Right on top of DuPont, seeing very heavy rain. Flagler Beach, Beverly Beach, Bunnell, all seeing that very heavy rain. So if you're out driving along I-95 down toward Mound Grove, we're likely seeing ponding of water on roadways. These storms are not moving as quickly as they were yesterday. They're tracking to the east around 15 miles per hour, and the radar is indicating, especially where you see those areas of magenta, that we could be dealing with some small hail. And so as our sea breezes continue to move inland, we'll continue to see the potential of those storms intensifying. Here's how it looks as we take a wider look out at all of Central Florida. That actually is the ocean. So as we take a look at all of Central Florida, here's our East Coast sea breeze south of Orange County coming inland, starting to see some showers developing right on top of Chuliotta. And here is our West Coast sea breeze. So heavy showers intensified really rapidly as it's moved into Sumter County. And we don't have any advisories or warnings with this, but right on top of Bushnell, you are seeing some very heavy rain and a lot of lightning as well. So we think we'll see that sea breeze collision. That will likely happen probably around 7, 8 o'clock, and that's when we could see things intensifying. Now, the heat has been a big story for us today. We hit 90 in Orlando for the first time this year. Light Orlando camera over downtown Orlando showing right now we are sitting at 88 degrees. Starting to see some gray skies, a little bit more vertical development to that cloud cover, showing that we'll likely see some showers developing over the downtown area. 88 right now in the Villages. You are at 85 in Leesburg, and if you are in Daytona Beach, you are sitting at 77 degrees. Now, our winds today for our interior spots have generally been out of the west. That has helped to kick our temperatures up to near 90 degrees for a lot of us. We are seeing a sea breeze that is moving inland, and again, we are anticipating that sea breeze collision. Here's how that looks on the clouds on rain forecast, taking you through the rest of the evening, stopping the clock at 8 o'clock. So about that time, we can see some of those more intense showers over West Orange County down toward Kissimmee. Eventually, everything will push back out off the East Coast, but still, we think some showers could intensify over the next couple of hours, especially between around 8 and 9 o'clock before everything winds down for us for the evening. Then overnight, we'll be dealing with some areas of fog. Now, here's your pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Publix.
70 for your overnight low tonight in Orlando. And then tomorrow we go up to 88 degrees with our winds out of the east. We may be a degree or two cooler than we saw today. We keep it around 90 through Monday. And then Tuesday, that'll be nice. We go only to 77.
Hey, that's a big difference.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, we'll look forward to that. Thank you very much, Julie. Well, dogs now have a permanent spot to play fetch and run wild on Volusia County beaches.
Yeah, there are still some rules for paradise, though. County leaders and citizens are championing this dog-friendly area in Norman Beach.
And minute by minute, News 6 continues to watch this traffic nightmare developing on I-4 eastbound in Deltona. All lanes are still blocked, going on 2 hours now after an RV fire, according to FHP. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Next, ET.
I'm a workaholic. I love it.
The Stars take over Sin City. Our exclusives from CinemaCon in Las Vegas. Plus, Kevin Bacon's wild TV return.
You know, it was a little frightening.
Next, ET.
Tonight at 7 on News 6.
Here's what's new with WKMG, sponsored by Lexus of Orlando and Lexus of Winter Park. Want to submit a story for our investigators or maybe promote something in your community? You can do all that and more with our brand new results desk at help.clickorlando.com.
I'm going to say that the dog days of summer are almost here.
Okay, there you go. A dog beach in Ormond Beach will remain so. A dog beach. The Volusia County Council voted to make more than a half-mile stretch a permanent spot for people to come and bring their pets. So a 1.5-year pilot program allowed county leaders to see how people would handle their pets out there. Would they pick up after them if given access to the beautiful waters of Volusia County? It worked out. They believe more than 12,000 dogs visited the beach over that time. And out of those, only 15 left waste that wasn't picked up by the owners. Even better. I'm shocked by this, by the way, because a lot of people don't pick up.
No,
even better, there
definitely.
were 0 bites during the entire trial run, we're told, and no reports that beach wildlife was disturbed at all. So it worked out way better than they expected.
I remember that when this happened, this was a huge deal.
Yes, it's very true. It was a little pilot program, and it turns out people
It's here
behaved.
to stay. That's great.
News 6 at 6 continues next.
Yeah, as we go to a break, News 6 is getting results, trying to figure out more about this massive traffic backup on I-4 eastbound in Deltona. All lanes are still blocked after an RV fire, according to Florida Highway Patrol. People have had to wait for nearly 2 hours for this to clear. We have asked Florida Highway Patrol if the driver is okay and how the fire started. We'll be right back.